Every new journey begins with a single step. And with their explosive panel at this year's San Diego Comic-Con, we're going to discuss if Marvel is taking a step in the right direction. Welcome back to Cinestro Core, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, and all of you in between. It's your favorite podcast out here to talk to you about one of the craziest weekends we've seen here in recent weeks for news and all things comics, TV, movie related. We had San Diego Comic-Con these last three days from Thursday to Sunday, Friday to Sunday, whatever, something like that. It was a few days, and we didn't personally get to go, but we got to watch the action unfold through the eyes of some of our friends and other influencers online. Big shout out to the homie Ron over at POC Culture. He's where I got most of our information for tonight, based on his viewing of Hall H and everything else in between. But let's start at the top. We got a lot of stuff going on. A lot of new trailers have come since our last episode. Main ones being, and we'll talk about the big ones at the end. But we got Spider-Man Brand New Day, final trailer before the movie comes out this weekend. Avengers Doomsday, of course, the big bombshell trailer. Resident Evil got a new trailer, looks sick as hell. Clayface trailer, shit saving my life. We're saving DC's broke ass life. Lanterns, surprisingly, we're rocking with it. Coyote vs. Acme, which looks real fun. Onslaught, which whatever. And Matchbox the movie, which is what the fuck? How do we get here? So we'll start from. I say let's start from the weakest one and get to the best. We'll start with Matchbox the movie. The gist of it is a group of kids who played with Matchbox cars as children grow up to be adults, and the main character, played by John Cena, is, you guessed it, a fucking spy who does cool shit with vehicles. Essentially, this movie is Fast and Furious, like light. Like, this is like diet Fast and Furious.
Kids. It's the G rated.
I don't know if it's G rated. They be saying some shit.
Yeah.
Maybe PG.
Who asked for this?
I don't know. I saw the announcement. I was like, "There's no way I'm watching this."
We know the answer to who asked for this. It's because Hasbro several years ago said we're going to invest in all of our properties, and Transformers 1 happens, and then Barbie makes $1 billion. So of course, like this is why, because like
I'm sure it's one of those things that it's kind of like, I guess like Lord of the Rings or something, where that you have to put out some kind of product in order to keep
the licensing and everything.
So, correct.
Here we go with just corporate fucking
bullshit. It's just gonna be bullshit. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's probably one of those movies that'll be fun when you had a couple brewskis, you turn the thing on in the background.
If Valen, who just was on here, pre-talk, pre-hype, if he likes Matchbox cars and he wants to watch a Matchbox car movie, we gonna turn it on. So I guess hey, it's cool that the option's there to watch it. It's gonna be slop. So
just wait until 2029 when the Hot Wheels movie gets announced, and we'll be talking.
I'd rather watch that.
I'm just saying. I fuck with Hot Wheels more than Matchbox. Yeah.
Right. You made a good point, but I think, like, again, ultimately, I'm just like the Alan Ritchson movie that I saw. What was it called? Shoot, I don't remember.
Is that the Playdate one?
No, I'm talking about the one that's in theaters right now, the action movie.
Oh, the what's it called? Shoot, I know which one you're talking about. I can't remember the name.
Yeah, it was a fun time. But that, like, these are the 2004, 2005 matinee run-of-the-mill like movies that you got back in the day that we need to appreciate because they are going to be gone soon.
And see, that's one of those things I can get with that, because like we like film. We like movies to be made regardless of if they're shit or not. If it's shit, we're obviously going to call it out.
Motor City, right?
Motor City, yeah. That's good action.
So like, I don't know.
That's why I don't I know it's not going to be amazing, but like I also have normal expectations.
Right. This ain't going to be no Odyssey.
Exactly.
And speaking of Odysseys, we're about to go on a very, I think, painful journey watching with this next film. It's a movie called Onslaught. I don't know. Adria, I want more for you, bro. It's basically the premise of this movie is ex-military mom and her daughter fighting off like 12 super soldiers. The doctor says like they're the equivalent of a human heat-seeking missile. I'm like, I don't. Thanks for all that exposition in this trailer. I already don't want to see this film.
Like I said, my previous statement applies.
Yeah,
You can put this movie and line it up with any post Terminator 3 Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, and it would feel exactly the same. Or any post Rocky Sylvester Stallone movie, and it's the same.
Post Rainbow 4.
Is that the one that came out in like
2006, maybe? I don't know. I actually kind of liked it. I thought it was gas, but then you know, I don't know.
Yeah, post like classic Rambo movie. Like, these are all, that's what this is. That's why I'm like, Adria killing a bunch of people, super bloody, by the director who did Godzilla vs. Kong Supernova. Why not?
Yeah,
Why
it's
not?
okay. It's whatever. Like,
it's whatever.
To me, the main draw for me, besides Adria and the like being an action film, it's an A24 film. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll get some cool shots, some weird twists, something like that. But otherwise,
why I'm like, why are they? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why are they doing it? So that's why I'm like, okay, maybe something a little bit more.
And it's gonna be in IMAX now that I saw. So who knows? We'll see. We'll check in on that movie, and it comes out in September, I believe.
And that's an A24 joint, right?
Yeah, it's a big A24.
A.
So
AI24.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's not the first one.
Yeah. Let's support real art. And speaking of real art, we're talking about Coyote versus Acme. I personally am excited for this because it looks we pushed for this film to come out. And now I expect it to be good after all that time. It looks like it's going to be a fun time. Essentially, the gist of this movie is Wile E. Coyote going up against the Acme Company with the assistance of his lawyer, played by Will Forte.
I think why they didn't want to release this movie going up against the Acme Company.
Yeah, they're like, nah, bro. They're like, nah, bro. Like, this is supposed to be a self-aware film, I guess. I don't know. But I think it's gonna be a good time. We haven't had. I don't think we've had a major animation to live action film since. Oh my gosh, Roger Rabbit.
You mean like both live action and animated?
Yeah,
like in the same month.
All right, that's the only one I can think
Space
of.
Jam 2.
Oh well.
Yeah.
We don't talk about that.
Exactly.
We don't talk about that. Okay, so not counting Space Jam. A good live action animation at the same time.
That's funny.
I'm interested to see how this plays out.
No, not Sonic. No, because I'm like, you can't really count Sonic because it's
I guess 2D animation.
Yeah.
Real tuners know. Real tuners know. We tuned in, so we're gonna see. I think we'll all have a good time. It's cool
seeing the light of day, and I'm gonna tell you, like, it came from a time where you also lost a movie like Batgirl, which I think it sucks when a movie gets made that. I mean, I don't think Batgirl was gonna be Superman. I don't think it was gonna be the greatest comic movie of all time, but I think it would have, one, been better than The Flash, and two, it's just like I said with the Matchbox movie.
Probably would have been better.
Put the movie out. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Put the movie out and let the audience or the people come up with their own thoughts, or else we're just going to get to a point in the film industry where only certain movies are going to get made, and if they do get made, they're going to be AI. So it's like one of those things where, when a movie does get made by real people put in time and effort into this shit, let it get released. So I'm cool with this shit getting released. It's probably not going to go to the theaters and watch it. It's going to be, an at-home thing. If I don't even know if it's going to get released in the theaters.
August 28th. I'll be there.
Which is crazy because I watched the Avatar movie last night. That shit should have been in theaters.
Good. Yeah.
Good.
And we'll talk about that on our because I'm gonna cook up a slander episode for Paramount soon.
Yeah, what they did
I have words. Yeah.
What they did
me and Chandler watched it last night. unreal. It's like they picked right off from the animated series. Incredible. And it's visually pleasing, and it's just that's what makes me sad with the whole straight to streaming. Like, there's a difference between what we used to get, which was like straight to home video, like that was physical media.
You get the VHS and
now, like this, they're probably not going to make a physical release of this Avatar movie. So if Paramount gets shut down, when they get shut down, inevitably, we'll never be able to watch that movie again.
Yep.
Insane.
What blows my mind also is the fact that not only was it amazing, not only is it like that 2D old school style like they've been doing, like you said, that I think at one point they like a theatrical release was definitely on the table. The problem is when you have people that are like trying to run a movie studio and execs talk and all that stuff, is that the last couple animated projects, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, even though it was a good movie, people didn't show up to.
Same thing with Transformers 1.
Exactly.
People did not show up for
it. Really incredibly made movies, just not, one, marketed well. Two, available to
that one
the mass, the mass populace.
Yep.
The problem is it's because we got Minecraft and like that's the thing that's gonna get money now, unfortunately.
And fucking Angry Birds, and
Angry Birds. Yeah.
Get that shit. Get that.
Ryan Gosling knows. Ryan Gosling knows.
Oh my god. Well, we shall see. Hopefully more films that are made by real people continue to see the light of day. And speaking of the light, we're talking about lanterns.
Hey.
DC.
That was a good transition.
DC.
I apologize.
I owe you an apology.
Dude,
I was not familiar with the game. He said, those ref cams from the World Cup, that's me right now. I'm over here like, wait, please. I'm sorry.
I am sorry. David, have you gotten to watch that trailer?
I've seen it. I'm not gonna glaze it like y'all do, but it's better than the other trailers they've released.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm turning my I'm not all the way sold, but my foot definitely. I'm like in the shallow end right now because
this to me is the same situation that happened with, oh gosh, what movie was it that just came out? Where it's just like, why? Like,
Supergirl?
Who's picking the trailer? No, not Supergirl. I don't remember who's picking the trailers and the marketing for your projects, because there was one project just came out where like the first like 3 trailers were like meh. And then the last one they released was really good. It was like people have already made up their minds by now. So like, what are you doing?
You're shooting themselves in the foot, and like also it doesn't help. Graham and I saw the leak for what happens in this, and it doesn't help that now we know that. I'm like, so now we're getting to see all this shit for what reason, But there are some things that are mentioned in the trailer. A big one for me. Yeah, Manhunter mentioned,
crazy.
And I said, "What the hell in a Green Lantern show?"
And this goes back to the marketing of those first few trailers. Those first few trailers didn't have enough lantern shit
or color, for that matter,
or anything, which I think is what David's big gripe is. Still, is that even though we're bringing in the Manhunters, which are aliens, from the world, it's still the fact that it's set on Earth.
Yep,
and it still looks. A good 80% of it looks like a really bland. It just looks like your standard HBO Max show,
even worse. No, I'll take it a little worse. You're right, yeah, because you see shows like,
and I think it's just color grade. And I'm not gonna lie, maybe even in this trailer, they're still kind of hiding some of maybe color to. I don't know, but I still think that that's such a stupid decision, because it's getting people like David, who are such a big Green Lantern fan, to be like, why does it look like this? But mentioning the Manhunters, Sinestro looks incredible.
I was like, that was another one. I was like, holy shit, so bro.
What I think is a really cool thing, like what sucks is that Hal is older. It fucking blows.
We don't see.
But to me, what I think is cool and what I like is a world building situation where now you have history of Hal being a Green Lantern for however long. Sinestro clearly go from the Green Lantern to the Yellow Lantern, to his thing with the Yellow Lantern. You don't really know why he's in. I mean, I'm sure you know why he's in prison. He's a crazy
Bruh,
motherfucker.
yeah.
He's crazy. You know, like,
You can
but,
infer a little bit.
It's just like, to me, I think it actually excited me a little more to be like, now we're gonna get to kind of in maybe a universe where a character's time might be cut short. Now we're going to see another character kind of deal with the consequences of what happens when this character is either no longer whatever. Not trying to say too much, but you know what I'm saying, Matt. Like, I think, like all the characters the other day when we were talking, David, like that you want to see at their peak, like Kilowog and all these people, like, I think
bro.
they're still going to be there. And while I do wish we would have, one, saw Hal at his peak, two, saw all the other Green Lanterns at their peak, at maybe the green versus yellow,
the height of the Green Lantern,
or something obviously must have happened in order to get to where we are. And the one thing I think that hypes me up more, which is what I've wanted to see on screen since the Ryan Reynolds movie, is Parallax.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say without.
We need that.
I'm gonna spoil it, bro. We're gonna get Parallax.
We need that,
and
we desire that.
Yeah. So that trailer, I'll give that trailer like a 4 out of 5.
As far as like hyping you up,
hyping me up, and compared to the trailers that came before it, like that's the shit you want to sprinkle in the other 2 trailers that were not there.
Yeah. And they should have, honestly, my main gripe, besides the lack of color in the first two teasers or 2 teasers/trailers that we got, I don't know, I wasn't sold on Kyle Chandler, Hal Jordan at first. Now I'm kind of like, okay, I'm on board.
Right.
I love Aaron Pierre as an actor. Would I prefer a dark skinned person for John Stewart? Absolutely. Myself would have been a great pick. I would have got back in shape for that. Take the trend, all of it. But no, in all seriousness, I think Aaron's going to do a good job. I think the thing that stood out for me was Rebel Ridge. If you haven't seen Rebel Ridge yet, watch that right before you watch the show. You're like, oh yeah,
he's got the chops. And this is probably a bad comparison. I think Millie Alcock has the chops.
I don't say it's a bad comparison. I think she just stuck with shit writing.
What happens when you have good chops in horrible fucking writing?
And here we have Damon Lindelof, which AZ's not here to glaze his goat, but that you already know that's solid writing right there.
To glaze him, like he's good. He's
that fucking guy.
He is. I wouldn't say maybe the Chris Nolan of shows, but like of series like HBO. But like, there's really no one better as an option to make a tense, sort of dark show,
That's
like a crime thriller.
The concept of the Lantern show being done by Damon Lindelof is never a bad thing. The determining factor in all of this is going to be the Lantern show and how it fits into whatever they're doing with DC, because what they've shown us so far is interesting.
Imagine this, David. Imagine a world where this doesn't connect with fucking James Gunn's universe.
Or better yet, they do connect it.
Right. Well, that's me, Drew.
I get what you're saying. I'm just saying, I think
at least if it's as disconnected as it could be, while maybe mentioning what's going on, and then because we could go on a DC tangent, like with all the shit that's being announced for DC. I can't see a project where, other than Man of Tomorrow, where we'll see a Green Lantern, and I'm fine like with you just showing Green Lantern in that movie at the end. But like, I don't know. I just think that
I'm glad you mentioned that.
You can disconnect this show as much as possible until he gets the ball rolling a little bit. I don't think that ball's really going to be rolling smoothly. That ball's stopped.
It's jerking a little bit.
Yeah, that ball's got a tumor that's holding it, still.
The reason I say that is because of so right now it's they're waiting for Matt Reeves to do what he does with Batman, but the thing is, like, you can't pressure him or get him to finish quicker, because he's going to give you
peak,
like Yeah, exactly. The
Yeah.
stuff that people actually want.
Well, and you
But
also
now-
can't put your universe on pause for his.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm
But
like,
what
I
you
think
can do is make good fucking projects.
well, that's a
And-
whole
You know-
different. That's a whole different conversation.
Yeah, I
And
know, but
we'll
still,
do a
it-
deep
it-
dive into DC
Yeah.
as we get closer to the release of Lanterns. Lanterns comes out next month,
Yep.
August 16th. So
Yep.
we'll definitely do like pre Lanterns. I want us to do like a good DC just therapy session and talk about everything that's happened so far, what's coming up. Just kind of go chop it up a little bit deeper. But speaking of chopped up in DC, we're talking about Clayface, baby. As one project, I'm like, I think this one might be it. And here's why.
Gold.
That shit looked great. That shit is crazy. The trailer, first of all, I don't even know this guy. I don't know. I still don't know his name, the actor for
Same.
Clayface. But I'm already sold on him as
Bro
an
filmed
actor.
that entire show with a torn ACL, and
ACL,
didn't
bro.
know because Hollywood
Yeah,
is a fucking,
A business,
it's
a machine.
business, and I think that just gives it another kind of like. Obviously, it has nothing really to do with the show, but another part of grittiness that I
Mhm.
think is what works so well with Matt Reeves' Batman and DC as a whole. That this is gonna fuck really, 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 really hard. The
Dog.
effects look amazing. The
It's
acting
coming out during
it looks
Halloween time,
incredible.
too.
Halloween time. It's a different. It's just different than what we have gotten from DC the last two movies, Superman
Mm-hmm.
and Supergirl, which obviously, you know how those went.
And
So
James said that his first phase is going to be gods and monsters, right? And we already got the gods portion with Superman
Definitely
and
not God.
God, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, by
like-
default, Kara too. But
Mhm.
with the monsters portion, you have a lot you can play with in DC. DC
Mhm.
and Marvel, they both have a plethora of characters that you can use to your advantage. And we'll talk about the next. We'll do a little side tangent into the absolute universe here when we talk about monsters. But with the monsters portion, first of all, a Clayface film at face value, if you're like, what? Why are you making a film about Clayface?
Mhm.
At first, I was like, what are we doing? We should be Batman, Superman, Flash. Get your main characters out there. I was like, what are we doing, James?
Man, if anything,
But then I saw the
this-
trailer. I was like, you know what? I'll
Yeah.
let this one slide because this
if
looks good.
anything- Go ahead.
I was gonna say this looks good. This looks well put together. It gives me a little bit more confidence in what DC can be versus the shit that there's like okay, we're gonna get a Deathstroke and Bane show, Jimmy Olsen show. I don't give a fuck about that. Where's your main line? Where's your
It's not just
starters?
a Jimmy Olsen show. It's a Jimmy Olsen and Gorilla Grodd.
Gorilla Grodd, yeah.
Get this fuck shit out of my face,
Just
bro.
make a Flash movie and then have Jimmy happen to be there since he's a reporter. Anyways, that's a part
What
of
were
the
you gonna
DC.
say, David?
Yeah, David,
I
what
was
were you about to
saying-
say?
Something about like this to me is very reminiscent of like priority or not priorities, just like you had it backwards. Why
Yeah.
are you doing a Clayface movie and a Green Lantern show and not a Green Lantern movie and a
Mhm.
Clayface dark
Yeah.
show?
Because
we
the
like
people
the
like the
won't.
Penguin. Like
Yes.
the Penguin. Yes,
Go
exactly.
into the actors full Basil
Basil
Carlos
Carlo.
his complete breakdown
Mhm.
over time instead of fast tracking that in one movie.
Yeah.
We probably don't know if he's going to pop up again.
This is
If
the
you
Matt
give us
Hagen
a
Clayface,
8 to
I
10
think, right?
episode show of
Mhm.
40 to 50 minutes, we can
Yeah.
fully experience that psychotic break and
Well,
really
and-
grow with that character.
I mean, part of me is like, man, maybe Clayface, and this could be a cool idea because it'll be something different that a Batman movie has not done, is have Clayface as a pretty prominent villain, whenever the Batman does get made. But it's just that my problem with that is that, like, instead of streamlining a Batman movie, which obviously you can't with Matt Reeves, you could make it work, but people want to watch the beggar, Robert Pattinson,
Somebody get these beggars out
Beggars
of here.
out of
Someone
here.
come get these beggars out of here.
So good.
People want to watch that, but like it does get me excited to think of the possibility of Clayface showing up in a Batman movie that hopefully is more magical, whimsical, I guess you could say, than Matt Reeves' Batman. So like,
Comic book.
yeah. So that
versus the
gives
No,
me
because
grounded.
it's
that
comic.
gives me a
The
little
Matt
more
Reeves
hype.
Batman is comic book. It's just Batman Year One.
Right.
looking
You
for
know what I
more
mean?
Batman the
It's
animated
Fantastical.
completely different. It's a completely different Batman. It's completely different. I think the storytelling and the villains and just everything needs
You're
to
talking
be
more like Batman
Like
Inc.,
Batman.
Batman and the Outsiders, or like where he has
Keaton.
the
well.
Bat Family. He's
My
going up
dream,
against.
the Bat family is going to be. My dream is for this Batman to be like, and have the experience as the Justice League, the first Justice League Dark movie. When
Yeah,
Batman's
yeah,
walking
that's
around
insane.
with
Yeah, that
Dead
would be
Man, John
yeah.
Constantine, and like my favorite scene in any. And there's been a lot of good animation of Batman. My favorite scene in any animated Batman is when he sees the demons, and they're walking around and they're like, he's escaped death. He's escaped this many times, and then Batman says, "Boo." And they jump.
Yeah.
Like that's the type that, what I mean? That's the type of shit
He's
that I want.
him.
And with Clayface, you can get that. It would work really, 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 really well with Clayface. So that's what I'm hyped for. It's just the fact that we're getting, they had that panel with the DC projects that are coming out, and like you said,
Yeah, bro.
fucking Jimmy Olsen,
I'm
Gorilla Grodd.
telling you, I think we should just save that for another because we could yell
Yeah,
at them.
no, we're gonna be shaking our fists in the
Clayface?
air.
Let's fucking go.
I think the body horror of Clayface is gonna go hard, but I think there's another movie that comes out before it that has a lot more horror that's gonna go even harder. As good as Clayface is gonna be, it ain't gonna be no Resident Evil, my boy. Let me tell you something. I seen
That's
this
a
trailer.
crazy statement to say after the last 14 movies.
Hey, here's the thing though. I did not like Weapons. I didn't think Weapons was that good, but
Let me get on a soapbox.
I'm a little in there. David, talk about it. Take us to Raccoon City.
Why you say raccoon like that? That's crazy.
Candace Owens City, bro.
I've been waiting for this movie for so long.
I think you told us about it when it was like
before the trailers.
A year ago, maybe. Resident Evil is a really long-standing good horror franchise that has its moments where it dips into the action
Raccoon
shtick,
City,
like the what is it? The cliche like 80s action shtick.
Yeah.
And it kind of ebbs and flows between, back and forth. And only one, I say only one, the general consensus is only one of the Resident Evil games, Resident Evil 4, has found that balance perfectly.
Yes.
Between horror and action. And you can almost say this newest one, Requiem, is close to that.
I was about to say, from what I've seen, it seems like it's tethered that line.
It's hard
have to
do.
dabble in that.
So every
involved
attempt should not be to copy that or to try to find the balance that well. It needs to be either Resident Evil, Biohazard, or 8, which feel like full-on horror, or it needs to feel like Resident Evil 2, 3, or 5, which leaned way more action, right? And so what we got with the Mila Jovovich and Paul W.S. Anderson was
Paul W.
action, like number 5 and number 3, and the Resident Evil 6. You got Wesker doing triple kick, and people laugh at it, but
which is cool in game.
Exactly. In the Resident Evil, a couple of those scenes are ripped straight from the game. Like it's 100% that, but that's a video game. So if it's like, it's more of the lines of like, the one that I think the actual one they did best is, as much as I like the first ones, I think the one Apocalypse, the second one, they did the action the best.
Yeah.
And then it fell off the wheels. Zach Kreger coming over here and saying, you know what, I'm going to lean more into almost Biohazard and 8, which did not have Leon to a degree, did not have
I think it kind of goes back to the very first zombie movie the world's ever seen, Night of the Living Dead. Like it's kind of its own contained thing. Raccoon City is obviously bigger than a shed or a house on a plot of land. But you're not trying to connect to, like you said, Leon, to Chris and Claire to
Mhm.
all Wesker,
To
you know, like
Shiva, to
right.
like
You
all of that
drop
stuff.
you drop in zombies, Umbrella Corps, and a bad motherfucker.
That's all you need.
It's all you need. And honestly, the person doesn't even need to be a bad person. You just need to put them in a situation like I think
Bingo.
Village did with that Ethan guy who really
Correct.
wasn't anybody. He's still, you know,
Yeah,
like
Ethan from Biohazard and
surviving.
Village. He was just
Mhm.
like, "Oh wow, I'm in a horrible situation."
He's like,
Right.
how did we get here?
The
Fuck,
trailers look incredible, and I'm
dude.
not. I'm like I said, I'm not a horror person. It's Resident Evil though, so it's gonna have that kind of action that you want from the
But this seems
franchise,
like
but it definitely
claustrophobic
see
action.
yes, and
Yes,
that
That's what
it
I
makes
want.
it made me feel like watching the trailer on the screen on my phone screen when it came out. I was like, oh damn, this is cool. This is cool. But when I watched it in the theater,
yeah,
Yeah,
I
bro.
was like, yo, I'm
yeah,
itching. That shit
yeah.
was
I'm
like it was
itching.
Well,
nauseating.
and the way he uses the camera, and
Mm-hmm.
he talked about the specific scene I think that I'm thinking of, where you know how kind of clanky, junky all Resident Evil games cameras are. Like he's
Yep.
bringing that into how
That
he's filming
bootleg.
this movie, and that's phenomenal. And I think the way he did it, where like he's kind of over the shoulder and like
Mm-hmm.
panned a little bit, and he's painting with the
The guy's
guy
Someone
vision.
who
like
respects.
vision. Yeah, so it's just like the
It's
game
like the
camera
game.
where the person's where you're looking is what you see.
Mm-hmm.
I hate horror games. I bought Resident Evil 2 not too long ago because it was on sale. I got up to where Mr. X comes. I haven't played it since. It's fucking terrifying. You walking down the hallway, but like you said, Matt, like this movie gives you that claustrophobic feeling
Bro,
of when you're
Bingo.
playing that very first Resident Evil game and that dog jumps through the window and
That's
you
what I'm
ain't got nowhere
saying.
to go.
mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. And even to
Just
this
Like,
telling you.
day, for many people, that is the scariest moment they've ever encountered in a video game. It's
yeah,
something that, like, if you look at it now, you couldn't even see it because of the pixels, because of how
yeah,
bad the pixels are. But
right.
it's the feeling and the moment that it gives you.
Mhm.
And so his approach to this movie being like, listen, we're gonna follow this one guy. He's not associated with any of this, but this is basically the story of a citizen who lives in Raccoon City while
Mm-hmm.
all of this is popping off, and it's their job to try and survive with all of the ridiculous things they could get into. And it's just like
And
it's a great idea to do it this way, to
mm-hmm.
almost
Yeah.
like I'd say like
Distance.
welcome what
I
yeah,
think
like
the
distance
one
from the
thing
previous and like
mhm.
bring Resident Evil back to the like the movie theaters
Mm-hmm.
instead of whatever that show was and then whatever
Right.
the later movies were.
And that's what I was about to say too, because if you're someone who doesn't know anything about Resident Evil, let's say you're just a horror movie fan, or you just like movies in general, like, all right, I'm gonna watch this. This is I feel like this is a good way to bring people into the franchise, into the games potentially. If that's your speed, like me, I remember in college, I played fucking Outlast, and that shit made me a little. I was like,
I want an
yeah,
Outlast movie
Fuck.
so
shit.
bad,
That
bro.
shit,
I
I pissed
don't.
down my leg, bro. When the fucking pigman chef
Yeah.
shit, yeah, nah. But those games, I'm like, there's a very specific like niche and market for that, and I think this movie will do well to help bolster that. And then didn't we just talk about like a few weeks ago? We talked about the Alien Isolation.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
yeah. So
Well, I was
we're in
just
a
about
good
to say they
spot.
kind of like with Romulus, you know, that's a
Mm-hmm.
franchise that sort of
Also
fell off of its
claustrophobic.
way, very claustrophobic, and they did it perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, there's sort of a resurgence with old horror franchises, um, nerdy horror franchises more so, you know.
Yeah.
And dude, I want to be there day one. We'll see.
Same. I think as we get closer to it, well, same thing of like the last few trailers. Once we get closer, we'll do our big hype episode, and of course our review of the movie.
Well, we could do a Resident Evil movie ranking and game ranking.
I'm gonna have to watch all them shits and play them hoes because I've only done a wee bit. I gotta get involved in that. I gotta go face my doom. And speaking of facing doom, we're not gonna talk about this too long because it's one of the main topics for tonight. But there was some additional footage shown of Avengers Doomsday. Obviously, we got the bombshell trailer last week, and bro, I know I grilled it last week I watched it again today. I'm like, I am pretty excited. If I'm being
How can you
honest,
not
I am
be?
pretty
Fuck,
excited.
Take Luis, get Luis out of your ear.
No, my critiques
Take
are. I think my complaints are
Okay.
valid because I was like, I don't like the way it looks color wise. But then again, I was watching that on a phone, watching it on the screen in the
Yeah, there you
theater,
go.
and watching it.
Seeing that shit before
Watching it on the TV.
laptop with the
No, because
JBL speaker.
when that thing dropped, I was on Twitter. I was like, oh, actually, no. First of all, I called Kevin up. I say, yo, Kev, big dog, listen to
Drop
me,
that
bro.
John.
I said, listen to Kevin. We got to do something, man. And he did what he had to. But no, I was watching on my phone. I was like, dang, this looks cool. But like, I don't know. Something was missing. It looked all wonky. But on the big screen, holy fuck. We're in. But some additional footage dropped at Comic-Con. I didn't have access to it. I don't know where it is.
I watched the trailer, and as I was watching it, it got taken down.
Yeah.
Because snipers were out.
I
said, Kevo, listen, bro.
It's Sue Storm talking about Doom.
Yes.
Kind of talking about their history. And, a bunch of people have been kind of shitting on there not being a big buildup for Doom and how are Reed and him going to have a history. And it's like, all this is going to be answered,
Yeah.
Like, I've been one of those.
This is why I think I want to say like 2010s and on, like just the utter need for everything to be over-explained before the movie comes out.
Netflix has done that. Netflix has done that.
Yeah, that too. It's so exhausting.
Yeah, for sure.
It's because
it's because we live in this
genre. Because this genre because these movies have basically become a genre, and then people realize they can make a living off of this, right? It becomes I need to know every single detail point so I can make a video about it, or I can make a tweet about it.
Easter eggs leak video.
They just make they make a living off of just being Easter eggs, right?
Shout outs new rock stars.
That makes sense if you're young, number one, and number two, if you've monetized or have an audience to do so. But if you are a person that just enjoys these things, trying to find out the plot of the movie before you go see the movie does nothing to you, but alter the way that you wish the movie were to handle certain scenes. Yeah, and that just does nothing for the movie.
Multiverse of Madness is a prime example of that.
Yes.
I'm gonna take that a little step further too. There's those of us who are deep in the comics lore, like for example, you hear a film like Civil War. Your first thought is, okay, cool, Stanford incident, they blow up a fucking school, we get the X-Men, get blah, blah, blah. There's so much that take the comic books and leave them in this lane here because the MCU, you have so much working against it to an extent, like rights to certain characters. There's certain things they can and can't do. Just let them adapt this in a way that works for the MCU storyline. You still have those comics to refer back to because these are different universes now, thanks to the multiverse effects. So I think that especially for us on this podcast, because all of us have some to varying degrees knowledge about Doom, the Fantastic Four, the way their dynamic is set up. I think we go in with a good base knowledge, but let's make sure we're building on a different not
baseline.
different baseline. Because I already know.
Now, what can you do? One, how can we make it more appealing to the mass audience, which is what corporations are doing? And most of the time, I would kind of be against that. But what they're doing with this, bro, we're getting James Marsden in a comic fucking accurate Cyclops fit, and you're gonna sit there and tell me you're not excited for this movie? Shut your warm mouth.
They're lying. And then that Magneto costume, that Magneto look.
Bro.
Sick as hell. Now, where's the purple? I need the purple, but otherwise, that shit's sick as fuck. I'm so dialed in. Matter of fact, we'll just go ahead and talk about the rest of the Doomsday stuff, so we'll check it off the list. The Russo bros during Hall H, they did introduce the cast members of the film, namely Paul Rudd, Anthony Mackie, Tenoch Huerta,
Big Huerta,
Anthony,
Winston Duke. I'm trying to list everybody. The Fantastic Four. Peggy was there. Chris Evans was there. They showed everyone, members of
Thunderbolts.
the X-Men, like they had the new Avengers, Thunderbolts. They were there, and of course they capped it off with RDJ coming out to talk about being Doom. That switch from being the main focus as a hero to now being the main focus as a villain. And what I saw from the footage, it sounds like he came out to the Doom theme that we're going to hear in the movie. It sounds sick.
New theme.
It sounds so sick. Alan Silvestri, you're a genius. Jesus Christ. Need to add his name to the conversation whenever we talk about top composers for sure. And then he did the Doom, the Victor Von Doom accent. I'm like, this is going to be something cool to see. I'm excited.
I don't know why people would doubt. I get doubting the MCU. Why would you doubt RDJ?
Yeah,
because people think such and such. The story's over. Yada yada. Like there, a lot of people that don't. And again, if they don't read comics, that's fine. But it's this idea that things are done and final with comic book movies.
Never in comics.
Never in the history of comics ever been true.
No.
Yeah, facts.
Do you know how many crisis events have happened in DC that reset the universe? There's probably one happening next week.
Every mainline character in any comic has come back to life in some shape or form or fashion. And one thing I think that Anthony Mackie kind of confirmed
in a regular version, in a Thor
core
lightning version with iron, it's ridiculous. Go ahead.
Right.
Sorry.
Well, this is just one thing, like going off of that. Like Anthony Mackie kind of confirmed that Captain America is going to be Nomad now. I thought that was going to happen in
Infinity War.
Or Infinity War.
Yeah, that's what we're talking. Yeah, because remember they were on the run after.
Yeah.
And I was like, what that costume?
They never really mention it, so it's still open for that to slide in on this. And I don't know. I just think everything that's being it does seem like a lot of stuff's being jumbled together in this movie, but I think that really is the appealing thing to this.
Yeah. I agree.
Go back on Max. So I'll be right.
I agree. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
I think that it's also like how's the best way to put this? Graham was just talking about like a lot being in the movie, and I think with them treating this movie and Secret Wars as two movies like Infinity War and Endgame, there's a reason why they went and got the Russo brothers back. Right? There's a reason why they got those guys who know how to handle a big story with a lot of characters. They've proven that already, and they've proven it successful, being probably two of the highest grossing movies of all time.
I think,
if not the two highest. Like, so the idea that they would get the Russos back and then we don't know what they're going to do. It's like, no, you can trust them to lay out a plan, put it into motion, and for people to go to work.
Yeah,
that's what this movie is going to be. The other thing that I don't like is people explain, "Oh, Luis is here. What's up, Luis?"
Yeah.
Oh, yo! It's Sean Levi's boyfriend.
He's muted.
Oh, he's muted. Luis, you're muted.
I didn't want to interrupt your conversation. You seem to be going off about Avengers Doomsday.
We say what's up to the boys first, bro.
What's up, boys? What's up, boys?
Yeah.
But you did, Graham. You just left. We're coming back talking about just like putting things into action and how they're going to work on this for the next two movies. Because whatever that they introduce in Doom and in Doomsday, I feel like is going to ensure that while Doom is a villain, obviously he's not going to be the main villain
of this one.
This Doom,
the saga, like the when we get to Secret Wars, I don't think the Doom that we have now is going to be the, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to be the same person.
Possibly,
yeah. And see, that's something we talked about.
More of the mind that I think he's gonna be. I think RDJ's him until the end of Secret Wars, and then we'll get a new Doom.
Yeah, because RDJ's what, 60 something. I love him, but he's not gonna be doing this brand of movie for forever. You know,
Some people would say Ryan Gosling is too old to be doing this shit too, but that's a conversation.
We'll get to that.
Hey, but
We'll get to
who
that.
gives a fuck?
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. So with
Hugh Jackman's
with
been doing it for
Doomsday,
so long.
That's
Or,
what
you know,
Exactly.
Some people
retire,
here's the thing.
retire, bro. It's over.
we'll
No.
get to that.
I'm not mad at that, but it's also as soon as they make the movie that makes $1 billion, like it's hard to argue. You know what I'm saying?
RDJ is
the-
putting
so-
ass
David-
in seats, and I
David,
think
you said it earlier. I think the one thing that we should be okay with this film and this handling of RDJ Doom is that the Russo brothers know how to handle an ensemble of characters better than most directors in the MCU.
1000%.
You know, and just think about, like you said, their track record. Obviously, Endgame, Infinity War, Captain America: Civil War is a one that stands out to me too, because that's a Cap film. It feels like a diet Avengers film, but it's done in a way it's like it works. So I'm perfectly fine with RDJ
Probably
as
the
Doom.
best film in MCU history, by the way.
Winter Soldier, but
Yeah.
we-
Wait,
we-
yeah, and wasn't that was a Russo brothers movie?
that's
too?
the Russo brothers too, but that
Yeah.
one didn't have as many
I
characters
see, I
as
see.
Civil War. Civil War had Tony,
and the best
all the
handled,
Avengers.
Tom Holland Spider-Man until this coming movie.
True. And that's
I think,
another
yeah,
thing.
I know.
RDJ's
Y'all can let
performance
the
in the
just skip over Black Panther like that. That's crazy.
Well,
Huh?
no. Black,
Just
Black,
kidding.
no,
I'm
no, no, no.
kidding.
Black
Yeah,
one.
but
I
hold on.
did.
Yeah,
I
right.
did. I
No,
skipped
let
over
me-
it.
Let me retract that statement because the introduction, or add on to it, because the introduction of Black Panther was handled 10 out of 10. The way they 10 out of 10. The first Black Panther movie, that's a different discussion for me. But I'm saying with
me.
how out of all that
Wakandan today.
ensemble of characters, they did Spider-Man the best that Spider-Man was out of his trilogy of movies.
Yes. Agree 1,000%, because
so-
we just watched Homecoming and I'm like, this is not a good Spider-Man film.
Mhm.
This is an Iron Man Jr. film. We're watching Far From Home right now. This is not a good Spider-Man film. This is a Nick Fury making this little nigga do his homework.
I
Like,
love Far From
I
Home.
liked Homecoming.
I like
better
I
than-
don't like Far From Home.
I don't
I
either.
straight
I
up
actually-
don't like
I
it.
think Homecoming's the best of the three.
I agree.
I think Homecoming's definitely the best of the three, but I really like Far From Home.
That's
No.
Me
crazy.
too. Me too.
I think, and we'll talk about that when we talk about our brand new day.
Well, hold up. Can I say something about Doomsday really quick, and then we'll
You talking Doom?
I just wanted to say that I know I shit on the rehiring of the Russos and stuff, but I think it's that's about like as safe a pair of hands as you could have gotten, right? And we know like that they can deliver, and we've talked about it, that we were just literally talking about it. So like, you know, I've shit on this movie. I said I'm not excited. I'm not really looking forward to it. I think because of all the upheaval and like the whole Kang situation, Jonathan Majors, and like all that kind of like this kind of being like a last minute kind of thing. I think that they're just kind of, you know what? I know it's like nostalgia play, getting RDJ, bringing Chris Evans back, doing the Russo brothers, but I think they're just like, you know what? Let's just have this safe pair of hands, guide us through the storm, and then we can kind of focus on the reboot when X-Men drops, and then focus on the MCU moving forward. So as much as I like to shit on Marvel and the Russo brothers in particular, and this movie, because I don't think it's going to be good, I think we're going to get as good a version of this as we can, all things considered, right? Because they're in a pretty shitty situation. So
There's the devil's advocate right there. Because I
yeah.
think us three, I think the three of us think it's gonna be. I mean, I'm not expecting this one to be a brand new day type of feel of a movie or the Odyssey. Like, I think that this will be better than Infinity War and Endgame.
Ooh, no.
I do. Maybe
I don't know
not
about that one.
Infinity War, but it'll be
Yeah.
better than Endgame. I think with
Yeah, I'm not co-signing that, Graham. I don't know.
Me either.
Yeah.
okay.
I don't know
When we
about that
come
one,
back, when we
Chief.
come back,
We
I'm
love you, Graham.
I'm
You
on
stand on
Kalshi
that-
right
you stand
now.
on that
I'm gonna
alone,
win
like a
$5,000 on this.
Yeah, on that
One
couch.
man
I'm on
by
that
himself.
Kalshi, I'm betting against the odds.
No
but-
help.
I still don't think it'll be better than Brand New Day. But with the trailer that I got a glimpse of in the Comic-Con in Hall H, one, I think
Son.
this latest trailer was incredible and brings what we wanted. Like the first good lengthy teaser was solid. It's still like, I do agree that some of it looks dim. It kind of has not as bad of a lanterns, like it just doesn't look like visually appealing, but also you're paying billions of dollars to have the original fucking X-Men come back.
Yeah.
You know, so like
Also,
it's a
Russo brothers
double-edged
movies
sword. This
notoriously look like that.
movie, what'd you say?
I said Russo brothers movies notoriously look like that. Like they
dog
have
shit.
a,
Yeah,
Yeah,
we know.
I mean, I think I think
a
Infinity War
sepia
actually looks.
filter.
I think Infinity War looks really good.
I'll defend the Russos on this one because the with Winter Soldier, the color and everything fit. That's a darker movie. It changed the flow.
Because they don't have to do much with the color.
Matthew said, "I'll defend Hitler real quick."
No, I'm not defending Sean Levy. I ain't defending that motherfucker. We'll get to that. But we're speaking of directors, just to wrap up the Doomsday convo and move to the next point. I think the director of a movie is definitely one of everyone says like the casting and all that. Right now we're in a state where like there's a lot of directors who are just given projects and they manage to fuck up royally with big budgets and all this. And then we get stuff like what we're about to discuss next. One of the most talented filmmakers I have seen in the last like 10 years, Destin Daniel Cretton, has been given the keys to the kingdom with Spider-Man, arguably one of the most popular characters in comics. And we are blessed with brand new.
It's not arguably anymore. It's literally the truth.
I mean, bro, you can say Batman, you can say whatever, but when you think
the money this movie's about to make compared to
it's gonna make a Billy Wow.
It's no argument anymore. It's
gonna make a Billy Wow.
Mind you, this is a Spider-Man movie. Like we know the previous one made upwards of $1 billion. That had 3 Spider-Men. So that had that going for it. This is gonna break $1 billion and it doesn't have 3 Spider-Men. Like that's insane to think about. Like, yeah, I think like David said, I don't think there's no argument. Like Spider-Man is the greatest, is the largest, biggest, most popular comic book superhero of all time ever, bar none. That's it. No one can argue with me. The amount
Spider-Man
of movies
is dangerously approaching like Goku's levels. Like it's dangerously getting that close.
I think he's been there. I think he's been there. I think he's been there, but I get what you're saying, especially internationally. Spider-Man makes so much money internationally, and so does Goku.
Yep.
You know, I think,
and I think it's also the sheer amount of the volume, right? I mean, we've had the history 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sure. This is the 9th Spider-Man movie.
Sure.
They're always going to make money. That shows kind of like the strength of this character and this IP as a brand, right? Because we've seen it time and time. I mean, the Avengers movies have dropped off, right? Like any other IP movie has dropped off. If you make that many of them, like the return on investment isn't always this high. Spider-Man always delivers.
You can drop a stinker like the fucking amazing Mark Webb Spider-Mans, and you can still make fucking money. As bad as Amazing Spider-Man 2. And we go back and forth on the other one. I think the first one's really fucking good. I think it's good. I like that suit. The second one, I like that suit, but that movie's dog shit. Anyways, the point is that it still made money. Like people are going out of their way to go see it. You know.
Yeah. So it's rare that you're in a franchise or you have a character where you're on the 8th or 9th iteration and it's making more money.
Star Wars.
It's making more and more. That's rare.
Well,
anyway, I'm not listening to anything about Brand New Day because, like I said, I've only seen the first trailer. I'm not.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we're going to talk much about. I don't want to talk much about
the
trailer. Like DDC though, like
big ups.
So he dropped that one. This is just the swinging trailer. That's
swinging
clip. It's been over the last 2 days.
Yeah, I heard about
fucking
it.
God.
Oh my God, that scene alone has more Spider-Man in than the last 3 Spider-Man movies that we've had. And he has just done something with this character that I don't think we have seen in a long time, and we've needed it. We are in a world where we need it. And
Graham, you said that, and he said that he's doing it like the video game. He's doing it like a video game, and I think he's also pulling
like Spider-Man PS4.
He
Yeah,
said they've
and
been
it's
playing
doing
the
like what the-
Insomniac game.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That
And it's
should
also-
get you, bro. If I was Insomniac, I'd fucking have a heart attack. I'd be like,
It's also reminiscent to me of the Amazing Spider-Man, where we get those scenes of Andrew going up on the building and swinging off to doing the whole mirror thing, laying on the glass. And then I just think a lot of the stuff we didn't get in what's his name, the war criminal John Watts. Yeah, John Watts, another one who he's on my list, my green book list. There's some elements of Spider-Man that are thoroughly missing, like grossly missing. One of them is the web swinging to me. We didn't get a lot of good web swing. It's just him going woo, tweedling on his phone. I need to see some cool acrobatic shit, bro. I need to feel like I'm flying. And Dustin, I don't know if you read my tweets or something, but you did what I asked, and I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for listening.
We haven't seen
That's what we need.
We haven't seen Brand New Day yet, but I think this movie is really like a kind of like an amalgamation of all these things like at the right time, right? Like Dustin Daniel Cretton is an incredible filmmaker, so we already know that the quality of like the filmmaking is going to be great, right? He showed that with Shang-Chi, showed that with Wonder Man. He's just got a great visual eye. He's a good, technically gifted filmmaker, which is what you want. That's one. Two,
there's
Tom
a reason
Holland
why he's doing Naruto. Like, there's
Exactly.
a reason why.
And
Tom Holland making
good.
The Odyssey before Brand New Day and working with a filmmaker of that caliber and at that scale benefited Brand
doesn't
New Day
want
because
slop
he's
anymore.
Exactly.
close,
He's like, oh shit,
close team
this
conversations
is how you
with
make
Marvel.
this is how
fucking
you make an
movie?
actual movie.
Yeah.
I want to do that. And Daniel and Dustin is the perfect person to do that. He's like, oh great, I get to make an actual fucking movie. Bet.
Yeah.
Let me swing my fucking dick around and show you guys how it's done, right? And
Swinging that
it's
big
the
BBC.
it's the MCU's most important franchise and IP,
Yeah.
and it comes at a very pivotal moment for the MCU. So it's like it's got all these things going for it that I think is just kind of like the apex of like this is the exact movie they need right now. They have the right the exact person that needed to be making this, and it just feels kind of like
edging at the highest point until you bust.
exactly. It just
like
feels like
Climax.
yeah,
Yes.
it feels like perfect alchemy, right? Everything hitting
Yeah.
exactly when it needed to hit, and so yeah, I'm excited.
Which is more
It
of a
visually
shame.
looks like it's just insane the difference in filmmaking. And you're just seeing
That's what
this
I
in a
said.
trailer. We haven't
John
seen
Watts
this
is a war
on screen,
criminal.
and I'm just saying, like, and that is the general consensus. It's like, what the fuck was he doing those 3 movies? And obviously,
There's a reason.
He's shooting
There's
a
a reason
car
he got kicked
commercial.
off the Fantastic Four movie.
Because they did. Look, you're not gonna fuck us another time. We gave you 3 chances. Shit was ass. You're done. Get gone.
Imagine
and now
DDC
you
doing
try that nigga at
Fantastic
the
Four.
Hague. Oh my god,
bro,
infinitely better.
and see, that's what's just crazy
But
to
see,
me.
but no. Let's pump the brakes there because Matt
Here
did a
it comes.
really good job with Fantastic Four. Let's pump the
Yes.
brakes.
Yes.
Well, I thought we were talking about John Watts.
We're
I
not,
was
yeah,
like,
we're not
wait,
talking
hold
about John
on.
Watts. Like Matt Shackman did WandaVision. Like Matt Shackman's a good director and knows how to direct internal like conflict really well between characters.
Yeah, I agree. I think
He's
he
also my
just kind
brother.
of came.
No, I'm just kidding.
I think
David,
that
the
movie,
check just hit.
Fantastic Four. Spider-Man's kind of in its weird. Here's the line of all the movies, Marvel projects that have been made over the last however many years before Feige's finally like, we've got to fucking switch this shit up. You know, like it's getting to the point where we've got to make good things. And this movie really seems like it was in its own bubble, was like kind of untouched. I'm sure there's going to be aspects that are Marvelized, Disneyfied, you know, to shoehorn what's coming with Doomsday. But I think
Punisher
as a
will say
whole,
fuck.
it really seems like it's on its own. It's a Spider-Man movie. It's not.
It's not an Iron Man Jr. movie. Like
Yeah.
or
The issues with the first 3.
You know, like it really like. And Tom Holland even mentioned something. He was like, I cannot believe that people are so happy to see Peter Parker absolutely like down.
Someone
You
get
know,
that
like,
beggar in here.
yeah. You know, like, and I'm one of those people. Like, I think that it's just with what that character stands for, he is just like us. Like, he's always like on
An
that
everyman.
fine line, having a fucking shitty day, and he's been having shitty days, and now it's a brand new day. Let's have a fucking good one.
Yeah.
And let's
Yeah.
have a good fucking movie too.
I think
Like, bro, the Hulk looks incredible. Frank is insane. Getting
Graham's
the
about to
Frank
lose his
stuff,
mind.
like, what'd you say?
I said Graham's about to lose his mind. I think
No,
it's
no,
really
I'm
interesting.
here, bro. Oh, it comes out on the birthday. It's just crazy.
What were you
I
saying,
think
David?
it's really interesting what Graham said, because I don't think it's a John Watts issue. I think it's a like selecting the right director or letting the director have more of a vision. And I
Yeah.
think Marvel is, for a time, Marvel was like, or Marvel, aka Disney, was like, here's what we want to do. And I think over the last couple of years, they've slightly started to like move that needle to even like just midway through the dial is much better than saying, oh, this is what we say it's going to be.
Yeah.
Because the last couple projects, or the last like this Brand New Day is going backwards. Shoot, my brain. Brand New Day, Thunderbolts. What was before? What am I missing? Black Panther
Um,
2. What am I missing? Fantastic
Netflix-
Four.
Fantastic
I
Four.
think
Yeah.
those last three feel like the director had more of a say in how
Yeah.
they crafted the movie versus what
Right.
it used to be. And I think
Well,
that switch is going to be good going into Mutant Saga and all that stuff, is like continuing in that direction of like, actually, let's do it this way. Let's
Yeah.
let this person like make the, what is it? Let's let the director have that say so. And I
Yeah.
think when this movie makes $1 billion in probably 4 days, it's going to be another notch in that belt for Marvel to go, you know what? DVC, go do what you want.
But
People
how
are
much
gonna
of
be
that?
upset.
How
But-
much of that is the character, right? And how much of that is the filmmaker or the movie, right? I think a Spider-Man movie was going to make $1 billion regardless,
Yes.
right?
That's
Yes.
why I pointed out the other movies. Like, it's hard. Obviously, that Spider-Man's gonna be Spider-Man. It's gonna be interesting, and the same thing with X-Men though too, because like X-Men is X-Men. Like,
Mhm.
And
X-Men are gonna make bank,
who's
too.
doing the X-Men?
The guy who did the
Director from Thunderbolts,
I'm okay with that, but
which works because those are
Jack Schreier?
conflicted
great in
characters.
Thunderbolts.
Yeah, and they're
It's just gonna be
all go
like-
through their own issues. Their conflicts.
It's just
in
gonna
being
be
a mutant.
beef,
in-
but at
Exactly.
Xavier's School of Gifted Youngsters.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I think I'm back on this point and then I'm done. But the original three Spider-Man also came at a time in the middle of a saga, and I think, like we've said, that hurt it a lot from what we really wanted to get. But regardless of what kind of Spider-Man movie this is going to turn out to be, it's going to make $1 billion every time.
It's gonna be an
And I
absolute
think
banger.
letting DDC doing it and having that full-on control, it seems, like you said, David, it's going to help it because this is the movie, kind of unlike Thunderbolts. A lot of people went and saw it, but nowhere near the amount of people are going to see this.
Yeah.
And it's like confirmation that, okay, this is how this shit needs to be done. And maybe
real
that'll
question
also
is-
help Secret Wars, because I don't know if they're really
And-
like what they're doing on Secret Wars production-wise.
You
They're
mean
probably
Doomsday?
in. No, the next movie. I'm
Oh,
saying that
okay.
this will help the next movie
Mhm.
be what it needs to be, you know.
And I really like this kind of like thing that it seems like Marvel is doing with some filmmakers. I wish they kept this. They made this the norm. Is that it seems like they're giving filmmakers who make great stuff, who we know are talented, but they give them something a little bit smaller, right? Like DDC, he
Yes.
did Shang-Chi, right? No,
Yeah.
Incredible.
no pressure, right? The new
Yeah.
character, a lot of people don't really know much about it. It's going to be, whether it succeeds or fails, that's not the point, right? Because
Right.
we weren't expecting a Shang-Chi movie to be big. We saw him
Yep.
deliver. He had the goods. They let him do Wonder Man because they trusted his ability to do Shang-Chi. Absolutely killed that. He was supposed to do an
Delivered.
Avengers movie, right? Like that was
The
the
Kang Dynasty.
the Kang, exactly. He's supposed to do.
I want to see that. I wish
next.
that film could have come out.
But it's like they're keeping it in house. It seems like they're kind of promoting the talent that they really feel like have a feel for the world for these characters, but are also like very technically gifted. Like Jack Schreier, the guy who did Thunderbolt, same thing, right? Did TV, came, and there's that same team who did Beef, came and wrote, and he directed the Thunderbolts. Those same people are writing the X-Men. He's directing it, and so it seems like they're kind of like promoting them. Okay, you do this small movie with smaller characters people aren't really invested in. That was great. You're very talented. We're going to give you a bigger franchise with bigger characters with a lot more writing on it. And I think that that's a perfect balance of how it should be, because you're hiring talented people, right, who you know are good storytellers, which is first and foremost what's most important. Now you know they can work within the studio system that is the MCU, right? They collaborate well with Kevin Feige and all the other producers and everybody involved, and they can deliver something that is critically and commercially successful. Now you're like, boom, that's the perfect combo. Now we're going to give you X-Men. Now we're going to give you Spider-Man. Now we're going to give you an Avengers movie, right? And
They
so I
did
just
that
think
with
that
Matt
that's
Shackman with WandaVision, and then giving him Fantastic Four.
exactly.
Yeah.
You're in-house,
Kind of like a
and they trust you.
test run, see how you do. Boom, promotion.
It'll be really cool
That
to
tastes
let
like
those
promotion.
two directors kind of be like, hey, we are in the X-Men saga now. What X-Men character would you like to make a solo movie on? And then you let them do that. Because, like,
Yeah.
imagine
That's a question
DDC
that I was
with,
gonna have
like,
for
a-
another day, but I don't think they're
Mhm.
going to do. I don't think they're going to do solo characters for X-Men. I think they're
Not
just
after,
going to
not
do,
after.
They're going to do
well, I mean,
No,
if
I
you
think
zoom, imagine I
they're going
guess
to do
the naming the
team movies,
namesake
so
with, but like
X
I'm thinking of,
Factor, X4,
Yeah,
they'll
X
probably
which
Corp.
is,
do that.
hey, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with
We're not going to
different
get
X
a
teams.
Nightcrawler movie.
No, we're
You
going to get a
like
That's
Nightcrawler
not happening.
special
wanna-
presentation.
Yeah, we're going to get
I'll
those.
take that. I'll take
We'll
that.
we'll get those, but
Let him cook.
theatrically,
Okay.
they're going
Okay,
to do
then you
an
bring
X-Men
back Michael
team-up.
Giacchino and you ask him, hey, what
Absolutely.
X-Men movie would you like to make a special
Would
of?
you would you care to explain to me why Michael Giacchino is not directing Ghost Rider? Because I'd like to know.
Because he's
Okay,
because he's
Midnight
Me and
busy.
Suns.
Gerardo were
Midnight
talking
Suns.
about this.
Midnight Suns.
Okay.
He
Before,
still
before we
should be
get too
doing
carried
Ghost
away,
Rider.
before we get too carried,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
let's transition
move on,
to the
let's
next
move on.
point, because that's part of a bigger discussion. Let's move on
Right.
to the next point.
We're
So,
lit.
speaking of brand new days, as I said in the intro, it's looking like Marvel's trying to take a step in the right direction. And one of the biggest ones that I said need to be sorted out soon was this next topic of Black Panther. A third film, an inevitable third film, was going to come out. We knew this. But the issue was, how do we move on with move from the tragic passing of Chadwick Boseman? How do we handle the Black Panther mantle going forward? Because we all knew Shuri wasn't going to be a long-term plan. Ryan D'Angelo DeMarcus Kugler, my GOAT. I'm pouring honey on you, GOAT. You are a legend. You are a king. Whatever you ask for, I will do it. Please. Thank you.
Thanks.
Did he say
My
D'Angelo?
fucking GOAT.
Thanks.
Dude.
D'Angelo DeMarcus.
So, watching the footage earlier from Hall H, rewatching, I should say, seeing Ryan get on the stage, and as you know, with Sinners last year, him explaining, the intricacies of film, talking about IMAX, talking about how the movie was made, that sparked
He
big
went to the
interest in
Christopher Nolan
everyone.
school, man. He
Yeah.
learned.
So
Yeah.
with coming off the heels of being a fucking badass all around, talking about the next movie in the MCU, coming back to Marvel in the point, like Louis said, they're in a weird spot, looking kind of iffy, announcing, hey, I'm making a Black Panther 3. This is what we're doing, and here's your new Black Panther. Who is it? Everybody thought it was gonna be Damson Idris. Nah, it's the GOAT himself, David Johnson. Can we please
What
get
a fucking
You have to stress
hit.
the S in his name is Johnson.
Johnson?
Yeah.
David's like, not me.
John's him, not David
Son.
Johnson. He put no. I think
Yeah, that's
I
us.
think- I think that's also kind of like it's really reminiscent of like the MCU of like past, right? It's like
Mhm.
Yeah.
because you pick David Johnson's one of the best working actors, one of the best actors of his generation, is one of the best working actors I think today.
Freaking, I rewatched Wasteman like a month ago, bro.
I need to watch it. It's on my
Bro.
watch list. He is
It's
I'm
incredible.
rewatching Romulus. These are the movies. This is what I put on the description here. I put Black Panther 3, starring David Johnson, Rye Lane, Alien Romulus, and The Long Walk. Those are just the three biggest ones I know folks know off rip. If you haven't seen any of those, please go watch them. But he will be starring as Black Panther.
Yeah.
Obviously, Ryan Coogler returns to direct. This movie will be shot on film. Denzel Washington is allegedly part of this film. I don't know any details.
He is.
on that.
No, he's confirmed.
He's confirmed now? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So he's confirmed. We don't know what the role is. This movie will release on
Bro,
December
David
15th.
Johnson and
2028.
Denzel as a villain. I'm booking that right now. if
It's
that's the
automatic. It's going to be
case. They let
pre-sales,
Denzel be the villain, man.
opening
Please.
night, IMAX. My
Again,
ass will be glued to the seat.
Another movie that I think is like the magic of cinema and the universe just kind of like really working like for this to be like Ryan Coogler, one of the best, biggest, hottest directors working right now, right? He's getting a blank check.
Mhm.
That's
100%.
like
Like the
Marvel's
X-Files series he's doing, same
Marvel is going to have no oversight. They're just gonna be like, make whatever the fuck you want to make, just include
Legit.
these things, and they're gonna let him do whatever the fuck he wants. David Johnson, Denzel Washington. It's kind of like, and then it's like if the Doomsday Secret Wars kind of bullshit works, and it's like people are on a high again for the MCU, like that when Black Panther 3 hits, that's gonna be like, I don't know, man. That's just like
lightning striking again.
Every time I think I'm out, they pull me the fuck back in, bro. It's
Listen,
like,
man,
because that's just perfect, man. And like I said, it was reminiscent of like the MCU of old, where it's like you have an incredible actor, right, working with an incredible filmmaker, who's proven and his track record is like spotless, and they're making another movie in the franchise that we know works and is beloved, and it's like, yes, I'm there.
Is also one of the, let's see, 1, 2. I don't know. I'll just say it's one of the better, to me. It's one of the better franchises in the MCU. Shit's Teflon, bro. I'm gonna be in there, no matter what. And then that's not just because Black Panther is my favorite superhero. That's because I know the quality of the film I'm gonna get.
Yeah,
you get a film like fucking Thor: Love and Thunder or what have you. I'm not watching. See, that's why I like that the Russos are taking Thor back from Taika, because now we're gonna get a respectful
I was literally
interpretation.
saying, you see how they notice the first thing they do when they get back is all of the teasers and stuff with Thor is giving him more of that gravitas immediately, getting rid of those bright colors and giving him that muted style of like that serious tone. I was like, yeah, because that's what people want.
I'm not letting this Thor Taika Waititi revisionist history happen, because when Ragnarok came around, people were like, "This is exactly."
We're not talking about
Ragnarok. This is exactly.
No,
people are like, "This is exactly
the thing
what
I'm
Thor
saying,
needed."
The thing I'm saying is that
the
interpretation of the character and the franchise itself.
Dark World.
I'm speaking in terms of like as a franchise. Like you have your Captain America. The first movie is technically the weakest one, only because the other two are just crazy good, you know. And it's not saying that the first movie is terrible. Yeah, we had a great time when we watched it. It was fun. It's just like you see, you know, Black Panther was gonna be a cultural impact, an impactful film culturally speaking, not just as a black man, as an African, but also like from where we were 2018. What was going on in 2018, bro? All types of political unrest, all types of shit was happening. This is something that we needed. Obviously Chadwick passed in 2020, so moving forward, Black Panther 2, it was a good film about grief and loss and coping with that in the middle of the pandemic. You know, it is very hard to watch. And then we get introduced to Talokani people. Namor is introduced. The way that
I saw some discourse on the internet about how people were like, "Wow, we're replacing the female Black Panther already. Like that's so sexist,
yes,
misogynistic."
We are.
And look, I love being the woker. Like I understand the grievances, y'all. It has absolutely nothing to do with it. I think we know it's because it's Shuri's not a great character. As Black Panther, she's not a great character, right?
I'm gonna rephrase. I'm gonna dissect that a bit, Luis. Letitia is not going to lead your franchise past 2 movies.
No,
and that's not like I said. I would love a Shuri Black Panther long term. Letitia is not that Shuri Black Panther long term,
and it's not her. And it's not her fault. It's not the character's fault, right? It's the situation, right?
Exactly.
Chadwick's tragic passing. Ryan had to pivot in real time and write a complete. And
my man pivoted probably the best I've seen.
The best way,
the
best way to handle
beautifully, and he did the best. That movie
all
is
these
the best.
People were talking about recast, do this, reboot, blah blah. I'm like, just shut the fuck up and let the man cook. Shut your bitch ass up. SYBAU, as the youth say.
That movie's the best thing.
Do what he's got to do.
Came out the best way could have happened. But I just want to bring up that discourse, because that is something that is happening. And although, like I said, I do think it is like important to have. I think we're focusing on the wrong thing. I don't think it has. I mean, Ryan loves these characters so very deeply, right? And he wouldn't move on from Shuri's Black Panther for no good reason, right?
Well,
Like
I don't think Chadwick, looking back, I feel like it does more of a service because it's T'Challa's son.
yeah.
It, in its own way, is an homage, pays respects, because you are passing on a legacy, you know. And I don't think anyone would think that Chadwick would want this character to die
Just fizzle
with him,
out.
you know. And I think that, of course, the man who's made 2 Black Panthers movies, one of which, Black Panther 2, I think is an exceptional movie. I think he is the best person to do this, you know. And him picking David Johnson, he's the only one I think on the planet that deserves to make that choice, and he's gonna know who to pick. And
there's a
after
quote
when you think about
watching Romulus, which is the only movie of his, I think.
Bro, watch
but
The
he's
Long
incredible.
Walk in
Like,
Rylene.
I've heard incredible things about him. Y'all have, and I do take y'all's word with bigger than a grain of salt for the most part.
You take a bottle of salt.
Like, I trust y'all's ball knowledge, and I think he is incredible just from what I've seen. And that picture that you sent
I would post it, but I don't want to get copyright strike from Complex.
No.
But
I think and it does come at a crazy time, and I think people need a new Black Panther and want to see a sequel to Black Panther 2. So, and want to see that character back, because that's a big character. And you could do a thing where Shuri stays as a Black Panther. There can't be, like, it's cool to have 2 Black Panthers.
Yeah, I agree.
So, do that. They're definitely going to do that for Doomsday. And then he will be probably introduced in Secret Wars. And then moving forward
with the cape,
et cetera, et cetera.
Ryan Coogler, please. My one humble request, King. Cape, collar. We need that. Put the gold necklace, the gold chain. That's all I'm asking of you.
I don't want.
Else,
I'm also going to say, I don't
want a white girl by his side.
No nanotech.
No, I want Storm. I want him in Secret Wars.
2 requests.
This is going to be a new universe, a new thing. What if Doom snaps the universe and we get some cool shit that we wanted in this fucked up creation of his? Like, we get a Black Panther and Storm marriage in Secret Wars, and it's like, now you're struck with the problem. Do we want to see this relationship in, because we don't know if it'll happen in the X-Men saga, and it's like, there's so much you could do with the Black Panther character that I'm just like, this is going to be incredible. One thing I don't want to see, I'm kind of tired of seeing, is the art, like the purple shit and the blue shit, kind of like,
the kinetic.
Yes, I just want him to wear a suit. I just want him to wear a vibranium fit.
You mean the color associated with royalty in Africa? You don't want to see any more, Graham? That's crazy.
No, I just want that suit. I don't know. I want a good suit.
Black one.
It doesn't, like, it's kind of part of that gripe is like the nanotechnology, which we're talking about earlier and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm like,
black one.
Gonna go.
I think there's a way you can handle it, though.
Graham was like, I like Black Panther, but what if we made him white?
Well, no.
Ryan
what if he wears his imagine his fit's like an old T'Chaka fit. Yes. And it has like fit, that scarf kind of thing.
The cloth,
that's how you can incorporate these colors. But I'm talking about like the
I get what you're saying.
It looks like armor, like
the CGI suits look like shit.
Just give him a good ass fit.
I'm telling you, the greatest, besides T'Chaka's suit, the greatest Black Panther suit that we have in the MCU is that first one.
Yes.
The one from Civil War. That shit is so hard.
Yes.
That shit is so hard. It looks menacing.
One of the best of all time.
He looks like the energy that people are like, whenever Batman just standing there like looking, that's the shit you feel when you see that suit. He's like, it feels regal. It feels like intimidating. He was going hands on with Bucky at every point. Then you get to this nanotech suit. I'm like, aura points deducted, bro. I get it. You want to do, certain things for
power scaling,
movie and powers and all that stuff.
Well, not only that, like I said in the chat, as soon as like Iron Man gets involved in all that stuff, that's your story reason for nanotech is involved in everything. So now that Iron Man is not in the picture anymore, you can have your characters like do more tactile, legitimate things where it's like they have to rely themselves on it. which is why that brand new day suit looks so good, because it's like, all right, well, he's got to be a seamstress and figure it out, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I was on Amazon buying some shit.
I don't know. I think it's an incredible casting, and bro, like I stepped away. Denzel Washington in this movie, that right there is giving it a step.
Butts and seats.
Butts
That's
and
what
seats.
I said, man. If we get Denzel, like almost like Macbeth, Coen Brothers, Denzel, where he's like, I'm sitting on the throne and can't nobody touch me, and like that's what I want from him.
Yeah.
But anyway, continue.
The throne has been vacant for too long. A new king shall rise. Man, look.
Cast him.
I'm so ready. Yeah, bro, please. I need a job, dog.
What's the next
I might have to set the block on fire with this one, bro. We might have to ride off into the sunset with this one, big dog.
Oh God.
That was good.
I might text him and ghost him real quick. You know, we're talking about Ghost Rider, bro.
We'll ride off on him.
Ooh. Now, Ghost Rider is a much maligned character as far as films go.
And guess what? And guess what? It's gonna keep going. That malignment is gonna keep going on after this bullshit ass casting. Let me list. Fuck this movie. Fuck Sean Levy. Ryan Gosling, you know better than this, you motherfucker. How dare you do this fucking bullshit?
Let me list the details before we crucify this film. So Ghost Rider, starring Ryan Gosling of Barbie, The Notebook, Project Hail Mary, Drive, whatever. I can keep going. The Fall Guy, all that movies. Directed by Sean Levy, Deadpool, Wolverine, Night at the Museum, Free Guy.
Discussion. That's it. That's all you got to say.
Adam Project.
Levy, and we move on.
It gets better. And by better, I mean worse. Written by Jonathan Trooper, The Adam Project, The Wrecking Crew, and he's writing Star Wars Starfighter. Now,
let me start first because I know Luis is gonna go ham. So
Luis is gonna nuke the movie.
So here's what I'm gonna say. This number one. This means they feel really confident about
Starfighter.
To get both the director and the writer immediately on this.
David,
really bold.
Real quick, I'm gonna interject on that one just for a second, and I'll let you get back to your point. Because they said the reason why this movie came about is because they were talking about it while making Starfighter, and said, "Hey, let's get a Ghost Rider film going."
They've been talking about this for a long time.
A long ass time.
They've been talking about Ryan Gosling, Ghost Rider for a long time.
For a while.
Mahershala Ali is a 2-time Oscar winner, and he comes to you and says, "I want to make Blade," and you can't make that movie, but you make this fucking bullshit because they're working on another dog shit movie that your parent company is making. Fuck you, absolutely. That's absurd and that's ridiculous, and that's nepotism, favoritism all the way through. It's such bullshit how this movie came about, and the fact that we have Sean Levy, who's a dog shit filmmaker, making this, and he keeps getting chances at the plate, and it's absurd because he keeps fucking missing. It was like, why are we doing this, bro? This is Ryan Gosling is 55 years old. Why is he Ghost Rider, bro?
He's 50.
And this is but he looks 85, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's like
get the fuck out.
It's like.
So the issue,
that's just like
Mahershala is the fact that Mahershala wanted his
vampire
sinners to be sinners, or wanted to have to do with slavery, and knowing what
my treatment for this movie
about slavery, they probably were like, "Are you sure about that?"
They said, "Ooh."
They said a black Muslim making a movie about a black vampire talk about slavery
and then,
in Trump's America.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, that goes back to his book,
which is why what we talked about earlier, Lucy, with them leaning more towards directors having that like final say is that I think. And Kevin said it during some of the Comic-Con stuff, that Kevin has said, like, yeah, we screwed up on that one. Like, and I think from that and the Jonathan Majors stuff and like this whole like reshaping or like almost like the approach they're doing now is very much like, hey, they're going to decide, you know what? We're going to give people, as in the directors, the say for this.
No, he should not have a say. He's one of the motherfuckers that y'all should not let him make what he wants to make.
For Sean Levy, Sean, the best way I heard this described, which actually makes it's pretty spot on, is that Sean Levy is
Trash.
he is
Buns.
Cam. He's
A
Cam
bum.
John, not Cam Johnson. Who's the dude on the Nets? Shoot.
Kuzma. No wait.
No. He's a
Kuzma plays
young
for
kid
Milwaukee.
on the Nets who just shoots a lot. I forget
Kevin
his name.
Durant. Well, not anymore.
So anyway, there's a
Nets,
young kid
bro,
on
they're
the
Nets.
Brooklyn,
Nets. Yeah, Brooklyn.
yeah. Kevin Durant
Okay.
used to play for Brooklyn.
He's not
Okay,
there right
stop
now.
talking.
Though.
That's why I said not anymore.
So there's a
Man,
kid
let
on
me.
the
I don't know,
team
Bob.
I know you're talking
Yeah.
Cam Johnson. Yeah.
that he shoots 50 shots a game.
And misses
He
all
rarely-
50.
He rarely will have those random 40-point games, but he often shoots 15, 11, 20, and then he'll have a 40
don't want that.
game and then 15,
I don't want that.
11, 20. And essentially that's what you're getting with Sean Levy. You're getting 15, 11, 20s. Then you're getting Deadpool and Wolverine. That's a 45-point game. Then you're getting 15.
Debatable.
That is
2,
Adam
5,
Project.
10.
You know, but again, it doesn't matter like the quality of what you're saying. I'm saying for what he gives the company, he gives them $1 billion movie, and
Nah,
he's
bro.
they're weighing the odds of okay,
No,
if we
But how much of that $1 billion
Gosling,
was Sean Levy, and how much of that was the fact
Ryan
that the
Reynolds
fucking
and Deadpool and Wolverine.
movie?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, I completely agree. It's the property. However, he's still the name attached to it. That's why.
That's such bullshit, bro. That's so stupid.
And that's why they went from what is it? He's in house with it now. I said it to let's see if I can pull it up because I said it in house or I said it to someone earlier. Maybe been today. I gotta find it. But
Can I
essentially,
read? Can I read his fucking filmography real
Go
quick?
ahead, go ahead while I find this. Go
Look at
ahead.
this bullshit, bro.
Before you do, one thing I will say, what I would have done personally is cast Boyd Holbrook as Ghost Rider and find someone who knows a little bit more technical stuff with like horror and could do
Michael
something-
Ryan Gosling is
Giacchino.
not a-
Michael Giacchino.
I would let
Yeah.
Ghost Rider is a darker character. Ghost Rider should be a darker character. I feel like this is gonna misrepresent Ghost Rider, especially after the shit show that was Spirit of Vengeance. You know what I'm saying?
I
like they need to
forgot
handle
Well, it's
this
been
right.
20
so-
years. It's been 20 years.
That
Those
shit
are-
came out
I
in
mean,
2012, bro. I was there.
But there's a
close,
reason.
close.
There's a reason
Uh,
it's taken them this long to make a new Ghost Rider movie. It's not easy to make. You have to balance the tone, right? And you have to find like a story that's like worth telling. And you have
Fucking,
those
then
two.
you have to pick which one you want to do.
Exactly.
I
And which,
want-
yeah, which
Catch.
version exactly
Right.
of Ghost
And
Rider.
to me, Johnny Cage,
Robbie.
or it is Johnny Cage, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's Johnny Blaze.
Ghost Rider, but Johnny Blaze.
Yeah, sorry.
Johnny Cage was like Mortal Kombat.
No,
Kombat build.
We're about to get hit with fake
Like,
fan
I mean,
allegations.
and Johnny Blaze.
Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., the one good thing of that show was
Robbie
Robbie
Reyes.
Reyes was fucking
Fuck.
awesome.
He was sick as fuck.
And like,
Gabriel
with
Luna.
Robbie
that-
Reyes in post Secret Wars. So that's what.
see,
that's the answer.
that'll be cool.
They're
I
gonna
don't
call
know.
Luis.
I like
I have a
Ryan
job
Gosling
for
a
you.
lot. I think he's a product of one of those things where like when you have a movie like Project Hail Mary, I didn't finish it, but I watched a little bit of it, and he's really good.
Yeah.
He's really good in the other guys or
Mhm.
the nice guys, whatever the
Yeah.
fuck, whichever one that is.
The nice guy.
Uh,
The other
and
guy is
Blade-
that Will
the-
Ferrell
the
joint.
yeah, fuck that. And Blade Runner 2049, like if he has a competent, but it all does stem from Sean Levy, whatever the fuck the clown's name is.
Sean
It's a
Lame
like,
V.
but it's a like everyone agrees on the director, I guess. I don't know. I just feel like if Ryan Gosling had someone really good, he would be a really good Ghost Rider. I think he's wanted to do it a long
And-
time because we've been hearing about it for a long time. Like I think he'll be really good. I just don't think it'll be.
He should have been Black Panther.
And that's
Right.
what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say this, then I'll let Luis read off the filmography. The writer is what's worrying me more so than just the director. Jonathan
Yes.
Trooper wrote the Atom Project and the Wrecking Crew.
Buns.
What the
else? What else
fuck?
has he written?
This Is Where I Leave You and some other film I can't remember.
Starfighter.
Starfighter. He's writing that. Yeah, he's writing
Starfighter.
Starfighter. I'm like, see that one. I didn't mention it because we haven't seen it yet. But based
Yeah.
on those other films, I am not confident.
I'm sorry. If Sean Levy is the director you decide to attach yourself to as a writer, brother, no, you're
Questionable.
buns, brother. What are we doing?
Questionable.
Why is that the motherfucker that you decided
Buns,
to?
brother.
God fucking damn.
It's just
bro.
crazy when you have this and then DDC with Spider-Man.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Exactly.
That's
the
this
thing.
double-edged
And-
sword that is Marvel. And how many projects we get from Marvel, you're gonna have one of these movies that should be a really good movie. Like, if you really wanted a really safe pick, Sam Raimi would, like, as washed as he
No.
might be,
Yes,
Sam Raimi
yes.
would be an
I'll take
incredible.
that. Yeah.
I will
Ghost
take that. Yes.
But it is insane when you have Michael Giacchino sitting there just waiting to do something
just
else.
itching to
like,
do something.
I don't know, bro.
what?
It's like
I think
listen
also
to these movies. Listen to these movies.
Mhm.
Big Fat Liar, Just
Great
Married,
movie. Great movie.
Cheaper.
Great
Shut the
movie.
fuck up. Cheaper by the dozen. The
Also
Pink
great
Panther.
movie.
The Pink Panther. Night at the Museum.
I'll give him that one.
Night at the
I'll give him that
Museum.
one.
I'll give him the
Battle of the
first one.
Smithsonian.
Mm-mm.
Date Night. Real
Mm-mm.
Great
Steel.
movie.
Mm-mm.
The Internship.
Mm-mm.
Night at the Museum. Secret of the Tomb.
Mm-mm.
Free Guy. The Atom
Ass.
Project.
Ass.
Deadpool and Wolverine stuff. I'm gonna tell you right now, 90% of those are ass, bro. They're dog shit.
I
What
would
the
say
fuck are we
90%,
doing?
but
Why
he's
is he
definitely
making
shooting
this
like
shit, bro?
like
God
30%
damn.
from the field or some shit like that, bro.
22% from the field is what he's fucking shooting, and he's shooting 1,000 shots per game, brother. That's what the fuck he's doing, bro. God damn, it's so fucking annoying.
Louis
He's so
said-
bad. Destroy him. Yes,
All the
because
shots per game is
because why
hilarious.
do we have a filmmaker? And that's what's so frustrating about Marvel. And I'm being very hyperbolic, of course. Obviously, just
I'm not. This
playing
nigga
it up a
ass.
little bit, but it's like you go from having a filmmaker like DDC, like we just talked about, and Ryan fucking Coogler,
Yeah.
Oscar winner Ryan fucking Coogler,
Who just did a horror movie, Sinners.
Mm-hmm.
and you have Sean
Matter of fact,
fucking
give us
Levy,
Ryan
bro.
Coogler's Ghost Rider. Let's
Exactly.
see.
Yeah, I'd take
It's like,
that.
and it's like, look, and it's like,
Matter of fact,
But
yes,
Christopher Nolan's Ghost Rider. Let's see it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Sean's,
Light that man's head on fire.
Sean's buns, like, yes, I think I've been pretty clear about that. But I just also don't
Say
think
it again.
Ryan Gosling, I don't think he's Johnny Cage to me. As much as I like Ryan, I think Ryan's an incredible actor. I really like him. I think he's a movie star, which is what we need. He's not Johnny Cage.
I feel like he's
I'm
too
Johnny,
goofy.
Johnny Blaze.
Johnny-
Sorry, he's not Johnny Blaze.
Ewan Graham,
He would have
man.
been a better Johnny Cage than fucking Carl Urban.
facts.
Oh no, they got him.
Oh, they got him.
You
Oh,
think-
my
fucking
God.
They got him. It's
Sorry,
like-
y'all heard? Am I back? Am I back?
You're back
Yeah,
now.
you are
Sean
now.
Levy sent his goons to get me. Bro.
There's
His
goons,
bots.
gooned
His
you.
goons. He gooned my ass. No, but I just
Oh, you cut out again.
Again, bro. No.
look, maybe he gooned my Sean cooking me, bro. He cooking. I will not be silenced, Sean. I will not be silenced. But it's like, yeah, man. This movie is. I'm not looking forward to it at all. When Starfighter comes out, you'll see how bullshit that movie is. Y'all gonna be like, "Oh, y'all are making Ghost Rider." Bye bye. That shit
Yeah,
was
that-
too.
Backtrack. I
that-
have to
that's-
backtrack.
I said this when they announced it because when it was like, all right, Ryan Gosling, I was like, okay, who? And they said Sean Levy, and I literally
my
was-
heart
I
sank.
Talked to a friend of mine, and it took us maybe 3 minutes or so, but we both were like, okay, who realistically could do it? And we were like Michael Giacchino, obviously. But we
Mhm.
went through like a short list, and we're like people that are in the fold or in like the company, I guess, huddle. Because
Yeah,
In
we
the,
said, like,
framework.
on the
you could
roster.
pick- yeah, you could pick Gareth Edwards, who just did Godzilla. He did The Creator.
Fuck, yeah.
You could do.
But he
you
did
could pick.
Rogue One,
He did
and that
Rogue
didn't
One.
work out. He got
You
kicked
could
off halfway through.
do Dan Trachtenberg, who just did Prey and Predator.
Damn.
You could have picked
Damn.
Adil and
Fede
Bilal
Alvarez.
Arby, the two
Mm.
guys who did Batgirl.
You said Fede Alvarez. Yes.
And,
Good pull, Graham. Hell yeah.
and he's on this list. Adil and Bilal, the two guys who did
Bad
the last
Boys.
Bad Boys. You could have picked David Leitch, who just did The Fall Guy.
And,
fuck
And
No.
done better. than Sean.
That's
Levy.
like saying you could have picked my asshole to do direct shit. It's like, yeah.
David Leitch has already done a stunt-heavy movie with Ryan Gosling, to which
Isn't
Ghost
he
Rider
doing,
is going to be.
This isn't a
How to Rob a
stunt-heavy
Bank?
movie.
No,
You
isn't he
could've
doing How to
picked-
Rob a Bank?
He is.
You could have.
And what does that look
Brad
like?
Stahelski or Derek
Boo-boo.
Kolstad from John Wick. You could have picked any of these people that are in the huddle, like in the
Mhm.
roster, essentially.
Yeah.
And it was like, but they went with the family-friendly, super safe option. That's what
They went
did.
with the Make-A-Wish kid option.
And look.
That's crazy.
Let's say maybe I'm being way too harsh, right? And let's say
As
Sean
his
Levy
internet
makes
shuts up.
family-friendly, safe movies. Okay,
No.
bitch, fine, whatever. It's like, why
But you don't
Ghost
want that
Rider?
for Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider is a
Why Ghost
literal
Rider? Of all the
spirit.
movies you could have made,
He's a
bitch, you could have
demon.
made a Squirrel Girl movie. Why the fuck are you making
Yeah,
a Ghost Rider movie? I don't know.
this is like,
Or just do
and see,
Ryan
the crazy
Gosling as
thing is that
Nova, and then do that movie if you're going
that's
to
a
do
better,
Sure. That's a better-
perfect.
Yeah, that
That
works.
fits
Because
his
Ryan Gosling, to me,
charismatic more.
Ryan Gosling
yes,
fits Nova
he's
better
too
than
goofy
Ghost
to
Rider.
be.
Yeah.
Ghost Rider's like dead ass. This gotta be somebody who's like he can play
But Ghost
broken
Rider-
and serious.
wanted-
Ryan
do
is
Ghost Rider
not
for
Johnny
one
Blaze,
movie.
bro.
If
He's
they
not
wanted to do
Johnny.
it for one movie with Johnny Blaze, they could have just got Norman Reedus to do it. Like, let's be honest.
See, that's the
Mm.
thing that missed.
He's too old now. He can be
8
Carter
years
Slade
ago?
for all I know.
Doesn't matter.
8
Only
years ago
one
or 6
movie.
years ago, that was there.
Ryan is not 32 years old, guys. Ryan is like 50.
That's why I said if they're doing Johnny Cage one movie, and then they're more than likely doing Robbie Reyes after.
That's such
Yeah.
a waste of
Do it one
fucking
movie.
time.
That is a
Just
massive
cast a
waste.
younger guy. Cast a younger actor.
Well,
to
'cause
No,
Or
it's
even
not a
if
waste
it-
of
Didn't
time
they
even
when
if
the
you-
movie
confirm
makes money.
Midnight Suns too?
They're doing Midnight Suns, but I'm saying like,
More
bro,
than
look,
likely they are.
there's better picks than Ryan for this role, and we can go in circles about who would be
There
better.
was
But
also better picks for Heath Ledger, better picks for Robert Downey Jr., Dr. Doom, and Iron Man. Just saying, I think Gosling has more of a potential than Sean does with this film.
that's
I
the
think
that's
Ryan
what, yeah, that's the
really-
point I was gonna
think
make.
Ryan really can, if he becomes this character, I really think he can shine. I do agree that there's he would have been a really good Booster Gold in the DCU
Mhm.
and Nova. Like I do agree. There's probably other characters, but
You know what?
I think
I think
I
that's
think
a great point. And before we get hit with the fake cinephile allegations, I love The Place Beyond the Pines. And I think that character is very Johnny
Raheem
Blaze
Eva.
coded. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Edgelord.
Ryan got that's I don't know. Okay. Well, maybe he will be great and maybe this movie will be all right. I guess we'll wait and see. But right now, bro,
My
I am not
concern
excited.
lies solely with the director and solely with the director and writer. And
Yeah.
to hear Kevin Feige say that they're pivoting to more quality versus quantity, and then we get hit with an announcement like this, I don't know, man. That boggles my fucking mind
You're like,
because
don't piss me off, bro.
I'm just picturing like shit like the Adam Project, Free Guy, all that. You listed off Sean Levy's filmography. There's films in there I'm like, I still fuck with, like Cheaper by a Dozen, Pink Panther. I fuck with that. Night at the Museum. I fuck with that. Then I think about the shit like that, like Free Guy, and I'm like, oh my god, what are we doing? What are we doing? Just cast the motherfucker who directed. Wait, who directed Six Underground? Was it Sean Levy too?
No, it's Michael
Oh.
Bay, baby.
Oh, that was Michael Bay.
Yeah, I go
God
away.
damn, that movie was boo boo.
Probably would have also done a Ghost Rider movie. It's Michael Bay.
Jonathan Tropper has done more good film TV stuff than he has film stuff. So I think his track record's a little bit less tainted than
Well,
Sean.
remember you just said it was like he'd been doing TV and then he went and got Starfighter, and they must be super impressed. And now like he's getting it. You see what I'm saying?
I don't know about it.
Nah, bro. I said the Adam Project and Wrecking Crew. That's all I need to hear. Bye. I'm good. Dookie butt. Dookie
Okay,
butt.
but
It's
by
over.
by that logic, Matt, you wouldn't have watched Chernobyl.
Oh, because yeah. But what has he done after?
Mm.
Doesn't matter. All you need is
Yes,
the
it
one.
does. One
Yeah.
good season
I
of The
mean-
Last of Us. One good season of The Last of Us and one dog shit season.
Because think
The
about how many
Last
athletes
doesn't
have
matter. You
one.
got the
Think about
check.
how many athletes have one breakout
check
season
was
and then they
cut.
fizzle out and they never be good again.
The
Ah,
check was cut.
it's
Those
over.
athletes
It's
also
over.
got paid too. The check was cut. That's all that
And you
matters.
know what? Wasted investment. Wasted investment. We don't need an encore of bullshit. And speaking of encores, we're talking about Avengers Endgame encore. A little bit of footage was shown at Comic Con in Hall H. It's just an extended footage from Endgame that's going to help connect that movie to Doomsday. It releases September
Okay, I was
25th in
confused about
theaters.
what it was.
It's nothing too. To me, it's. I just figured I'd mention it since we talked about Doomsday earlier, but it's nothing too crazy. Nothing too. I mean, we'll see. We'll see it when we see it. I'm sure they probably showed something at the Comic-Con, but I'll rewatch Endgame. I'll get to rewatch on. I'll rewatch Endgame through watching Encore, whatever. We'll see. I'm sure our characters will go on another quest, connecting that story to the next. Speaking of quests, last bit of a topic here with Vision Quest coming in. When did it come out?
I'm actually
In October.
Really excited.
October.
It comes out in October. Paul Bettany and James Spader will return as Vision and Ultron, respectively.
Yeah, they're gonna go ham with each other.
Yeah, I was
I'm
about to say.
actually
I think this show. I'm glad it's still coming out. I feel like it should have come out a little bit earlier. Maybe it would have saved some of that earlier, goodwill that we were talking about with Marvel. The TV shows have always
I'd rather
been
them wait and get it right at this point.
exactly. Agreed. Also agree. I'm like I get both points. Like it could have come out earlier. Would have helped the boost morale. But it coming out at this time shows that they're taking time to make it good and craft it. So you gotta answer questions like, what the fuck happened with Vision? Where is he? White Vision got White Vision got the ship of Theseus in his mind. He said, oh shit, his third eye was open. He flew off. What the fuck? How are we gonna connect Ultron back to there's so many things that this show will answer. I'm hoping it ties up Wanda, the Wanda little hole that's missing there too. Not saying it needs to be a Wanda show. Not saying we need to dive into Wanda deeper, but I want to see where they connect these pieces. That's what I'm trying to say. That doesn't need to be a whole thing, Don't make a whole okay. We have a Wanda episode.
It's going to be the end of that story of essentially that.
So
arc.
good.
Just make
it up.
WandaVision season 2. I don't think Vision needs his own show. I mean, Ultron coming back and James Spader coming back. Fuck yes. Like, I'm all in. But I'm like, if this is just a continuation, like, I don't know. I'm just like.
So anyway, I'm excited for the show. Graham's not. So I think it's going to be good to focus on Vision because Vision's one of Marvel's the MCU's strongest written characters. And so getting Paul Bettany to do more is always a great thing, especially the stuff that he got to do in WandaVision. And now he gets to go off of Spader's Ultron for the entire show.
That's very true. Because when they interact is the best part of Vision's
going blow for blow.
Yeah, like
acting wise.
In my book. Hey yo.
Blow for blows.
That's what I said. They're going blow for blow, acting wise.
I agree because I think Age of Ultron is very severely underrated.
I think it's severely ass.
And I don't agree.
I think Joss Whedon should be tried at The Hague.
He should.
For multiple reasons.
But I think James Spader and Paul Bettany, Vision and Ultron's back and forth is a really interesting plot, I guess, like storyline. So that James Spader and Ultron is the only reason I'm excited for this show.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
That's gonna be the only
cool
thing about the show.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
That's what the name of the show is. Vision Quest.
I don't know. But how are we going to tie in Wanda? And also, like, if you're going to tie in Wanda, then you have to tie in Doomsday somehow. And then you're going to convolute this show that should just be a Vision and Ultron show. Like, there's just...
On the
Wanda's
contrary,
going to be
I feel like she's not going to be a massive part of it, but it's going to be enough to where they can tie into the...
Doomsday. She's not going to be in Vision Quest.
I was about to say, I think she's going to play a bigger part in Doomsday and Secret Wars versus being in this little ass show. Because little ass show, no disrespect. I think this show's gonna be good.
She's gonna be one of them Latverian witches or something like that. Like
I'll blow my shit smooth off. I saw a thing. No, bro, trust me. I saw something that said Captain Marvel's gonna be the blue witch. Clea is gonna be the purple witch. I was like, bro, shut up.
Stop. Don't listen to them.
And female Loki is gonna be the green one.
I said Marvel _updates. Kill yourself, please.
The only witch we know in the entire MCU is Wanda. So, like, there's a reason why.
And Agatha,
who becomes deaf. So, like, there's a reason why they use the term. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a reason why.
Doesn't oh well, we'll talk about it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do there's a bunch of leaks I saw. Like a leaked script. I don't believe this will happen, but it's gonna be fun to chat about and speculate later on before Doomsday comes out. I saw something about Death and Doom and Agatha, and I saw a whole lot, but we'll get into that later. But as far as Vision Quest, like I said, I am really excited to see where this story goes. That scene of regular Vision Prime talking to White Vision and doing the whole ship of Theseus thing. Paul Bettany, bro, you will be remembered.
Wait, is there a trailer out?
I don't think so. If there is, I didn't see one.
Oh,
but this is
you're saying? I see.
Yeah, no, I'm just talking about the scene from WandaVision, wherever they're both floating around. He was like, "I request elaboration." I was like, "Holy shit, man! You're acting against himself. Wait till he's acting against James Spader, bro."
Since y'all kind of brought up the Latvian Witches and Doom's Fit are 10 out of 10. No,
elite,
incredible.
Elite. That poster.
Yeah, the poster. Both posters.
The first one where he's standing back to the viewer, hard as fuck. But the one where he's looking face on, bro, I about cried. I was like, oh my god, this is crazy.
I fucking despise those Fantastic Four jackets. I want them to burn. Throw them away. Throw them in the trash.
You know it's to sell merch, bro.
I'm copping one. Yeah,
you know it's to sell merch.
I don't care. I don't care.
David spending bread on things that we don't need to spend bread on, bro. Now they dropped those Morrison bomber jackets.
I hope they drop the Fan 4 stick Dr. Doom fit just for you.
No,
he's just like shredded metal.
Disgusting. I can't believe you even said that,
and I never will.
Me either.
Don't. Listen. I've seen it for all of you. It's good. You're good. Don't watch it. Don't watch it.
What else we got?
I think also, speaking of Doom, real quick. First of all, R.I.P. Julian McMahon. I feel like he was a victim of shit writing.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was because he was a good Doom. To me, he was a great Doom. It's just the writing was so fucked.
Yeah.
That movie came out in 2004, 2005, and 2007. And I think they could have, I wish.
It's
he was really good. He could have been a really good.
Yeah, it's 2005 and 2007. That's just what it was back then.
Yeah.
But for what it was, he did good with the material he had. Then you fast forward to Toby Kebbell as Doom, and I'm like, this is some shit, bro.
Which is awful because he's a good actor.
He is a good actor. Shit writing.
What he was given was just woof.
Which, not to go back to Ghost Rider, which makes Ghost Rider worrying for me. The writing is very important.
Yeah.
Look at how we pivoted on Lanterns. Lanterns, we were like, okay, cool. Big Lindy is writing it, and he's behind this. It's gonna be good.
He's never been called Big Lindy.
AZ calls him that all the time. It's stuck in my vernacular now. I can't help it. I don't even know the man's name anymore. Big Lindy.
We've literally pivoted. I don't know. It's just you can tell what's going to be quality from the names that are attached to it. And Luis brought it up. And in this day of age, when you're having Chris Nolan drop something as spectacular as the fucking Odyssey, which is not just a generational film. Like, this is like cinema at its peak. And then you just have some shit like this.
Listen, man, the movies are for everybody. You gotta make
it is, but
you can make good dog shit. You can make good stuff for stupid people and children.
It's like food is food. Everybody got to
Minecraft.
And there's bad food, and then
we got Minecraft. Like, come on now,
Minecraft's a banger.
This guy.
Oh my god,
rips.
Bro needs to go back and watch the dichotomy of a cigarette.
Luis was the one throwing the popcorn during Chicken Jockey.
I flipped out during Chicken Jockey. Yeah,
I'm sure you did.
Who out there jockeying?
I cried out of my penis during Chicken Jockey.
Oh my god!
Hey, who made He-Man? Let him make Ghost Rider.
Oh no, sure, yeah. The guy who made Bumblebee.
Yeah, Travis Knight.
He made Bumblebee. The He-Man.
Well, he wrote on it. No, it was
okay. Right, I thought you were talking about
Travis Knight, right? Yeah.
The best part, the only good part of Bumblebee is that opening Cybertron scene. Sorry.
Why are you hating on Bumblebee?
I think seeing the triple changers was cool as fuck.
Yeah, it was. it was better than the last 4 Transformers that came out before it. But
That's what I'm saying. Like,
RIP Transformers 1, my goat.
Rise of Beast.
I love Rise of Beast.
I
I'll
like
show
the
you the
designs.
rise.
I like the G1.
I'll show you the rise of a beast.
I rewatched the first 3, like I think a couple weeks ago, and I think I like 3 the best.
I enjoyed the
Dark
first
of the
one a
Machine.
lot.
What's
Especially
it called?
the
Dark
first
of the Moon. Dark of the
Like,
Machines. Dark of the
has
Moon.
Decepticons literally killing people in the streets. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's got Optimus cutting
Hey,
off
bring Phil
Leonard
back.
Nimoy's neck. Like, it's awesome.
Optimus Prime. War criminal Optimus
Yeah,
Prime.
it's war criminal Optimus Prime, bro. The
Let
best
Michael
version.
Bay. Let Michael Bay do a Marvel movie.
Give him
I'm fine
Ghost
with
Rider.
that.
I'll take Ghost Rider. I'll take a
That's what I'm
Ghost Rider
saying.
Michael Bay film. You know what? Yeah, actually, you know what?
Or
I
let
pivot
them-
after watching Bad Boys 1, 2, and the Transform. Yeah,
And
Sean
ambulance.
Levy.
And ambulance. Ambulance
Go
is
ahead.
fun as hell, man.
That's what I'm
Hey,
saying.
Hand Michael Bay a water, nigga. Like, bro, sit down. Let the big boys play in the
See,
game,
David,
right? Let the big
that's-
boys talk.
That's like bad movie making. That's like,
Still
yeah.
good.
why not? Fuck
It's
it.
tasty. It's tasty. I love
Sean Levy
lick
is
my
a
fingers. It's shit
cancer.
good.
Is a cancer to cinema,
He's a leech.
and we need to cut that shit out.
Call it.
I'm trying to think what
Well,
Michael Bay could do. What character he could do.
Who? Michael Bay?
He could do Secret Wars.
No, no.
No,
No.
you know what he
He
could
make a
do?
cool X-Men movie.
No,
like if you,
no,
bro,
no.
like give him
Let-
Colossus, Beast.
No. You
like
gotta
some
specify.
big
Give
motherfuckers.
him the
Gambit.
give him X Force. Give him Wolverine. Phantom X.
Yeah.
Psylocke.
Mhm.
Give
Nah.
him that group that like they kill and they don't care. You gotta give
Let
him
him
that.
make a Jubilee solo.
Oh God, no.
Here we
gotta
go.
Megan Fox.
We gotta go.
That's
Oh
crazy.
my god. Oh, whenever they wrap filming for these movies, we'll be there. We'll talk about it. But that's a wrap on today's episode. We appreciate y'all tuning in once again, week by week. We're out here cooking, man. We're at 203 episodes, and we never gonna stop. Speaking of,
We're never gonna stop.
we're never gonna stop. And speaking of never stopping, the backstage experience never stops being good and expanding across the United States. I was watching some of the clips from this past week. David, go and talk to the folks about Backstage XP. Talk about what's going on coming up this with Spider-Man Brand New Day in the next few movies, the next few months.
Well, all of our interviews for Spider-Man Brand New Day are out. The Sadie Sink one is going pretty viral, so that's nice. What do we have after?
Tell Rebecca Ferguson I said hi.
Oh man,
Tell her all of us said hi. Tell her we all
gotta
would like
talk
to go.
her. We're gonna try to talk to her between season 3 and 4 of
FaceTime
Silo.
me, please, for the love of God.
Please, yeah.
Please
Um,
FaceTime me.
Matter of fact,
interesting thing
I'll
is
be
right
there.
Now, we're at that point in there's 2 like lulls in movie calendar, and it's January, February, and it's become like August
Mhm.
is really like you'll get one horror movie, Insidious, the new Insidious. So August is really like the nice calm quote unquote part before everything ramps up with September, October, and then you get into Oscar season and all that stuff. So now is actually a perfect time to like, if you missed movies that you have not seen, now is the
Catch
time
up.
to catch up on the movies this year, because when September hits, you won't be able to catch up
Nope.
anymore. You got a good month and a week to like get those movies in.
And the best way
That's
to do
my
that
advice.
is to tap in with the homies at Backstage XP. Also us, obviously, but definitely tap in with Backstage XP. I don't want to hear nothing about no IGN, no My Time to Shine, hello, none of those people on the online. Please go to reputable sources, and that reputable source is Dave and Jonathan and David over at Backstage XP. Big shout outs to them. Catch up with what they got going on. Catch up with our boy AZ. He couldn't be here tonight. He making that bread. He getting so much pape, so he can do cool things like make videos on his YouTube at Tari Singo, all platforms, twitch.tv/Tari Singo. I know he's been streaming a little bit more recently since he got everything all set up at his new place. So do show him some love, see what he got going on in the games, and check out what we're doing on the games too, man. Show us some love. We're trying to be, we some gamers, you feel me? We be doing our thing on the PlayStation and PC if you're Graham and AZ, but mainly PlayStation. Um,
Graham.
we're gonna do some playthroughs. I actually sent Graham a video earlier, and I think it's an idea. It's an idea. We'll do a little turned up playthrough of Batman Arkham. What was it, Arkham Knight? Bro, that should make you piss your pants. But yeah, we'll do some playthroughs of different games.
Wait, the
coming
Lego
out.
one or the regular one?
The regular one. It
The
was
regular
the
one.
guy was on a 5,000 milli edible, and
He
the
was
man
gone.
bat jumped at him.
Oh, did he have a
He
heart
sobered
attack?
up
I
so
remember.
Oh
quick,
my
bro.
God, yeah.
He sobered up so quick.
5,000? Lucky he didn't die, bro.
He was almost dead, man, bro. He was gone. But no, yeah, check out. We're gonna go play some games. We got Assassin's Creed Resync. Graham's been going through that. Marvel's Wolverine comes out in September, so we'll try and do some play. Oh yeah, definitely
We'll
FC.
get our clubs
And
out.
we're kind of raw at FC. No bullshit, no glaze, just full technique, techers
We're
as
about to
they
go to
say.
Division 2, baby.
Promotion. And go ahead and promote us at Cinestro Corp, all platforms. Give us some follows. We're trying to get the channels up. Still looking for someone to help with social media because we all have full-time jobs, so we try and focus on giving you good and
Graham's a full-time
incredible. Yeah, the people we got people got kids, people got jobs. I got a cat. Like we got shit going on, bro. So if we can get someone to help us run the socials, that'd be cool. That way we can keep our focus on providing you the most up-to-date, awesome, raw, and genuine takes about these movies and shows that y'all love so dearly, that we love so dearly. And until that time, we love you. Brush your teeth. And share this with 3 people, and we'll see y'all at the movies. Peace.